Perfect. Okay, perfect. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, staffingpreneurs. How y'all
Happy
feeling?
Monday.
How
Hello.
y'all
All is
feeling this
well.
morning? Okay, I'm
Good
so
morning.
excited because y'all, we sold out in Dallas. Okay. This is like
Yes. Come on,
really,
Dallas.
come on with it, Dallas. What is up with that? I love that. So I'm very excited. Now we got to work on LA. Okay. Now LA is our next goal. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, first, for everybody, y'all know we live up until our first event. We are talking. My name is Dee Williams. I help professionals set up, launch, and run their very own staffing business, staffing agency. And you're in my live class. This is my Q&A call that happens every Monday. It doesn't go live every Monday, but it does happen every Monday. And I've been going live because we have this workshop that's going on. It's actually the last workshop that I'm going to be doing and representing Staffingpreneurs Academy. Okay. So this is a big deal because my live workshops are really, really, really awesome. And you're always walking away with so much more than you even expected. And that's, I feel like that's what a workshop is supposed to do. That's how it's supposed to support you. So I'm really, really excited to be here because I really want to encourage anyone who is in the setup phase of their business and the running phase of their business, looking to scale their business. This workshop is catered for you. On the first day, I just want to go over really quickly and then we'll dive into setup. On the first day, we're talking about setting up the staffing business. We're doing all things setup. That's that conversation. And it's going to be the quick and dirty version, but you're going to fill in the blanks and spaces where you're like, okay, I already knew I had that, but dang, I didn't think about that. Or man, I should add that. Or man, I need to go back and do that. Right. So we're going to fill in the blanks for those areas. And then we're coming in to the second day, which is the launch land day. First day is launch, second day is land. And during the land day, we are talking about landing your first contract and what that looks like, or landing more contracts and what that looks like, because that's going to look different for whoever is coming to the workshop. If you haven't gotten there yet, don't worry. It's going to set you up for success. Okay. We're going to do role play. That's going to be major. So you got to be prepared and ready. I don't want no scaredy cats coming up talking about, be ready. Okay. Everyone is participating. We're doing role play. That's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to get better. Okay. And then we also have special guests coming. Okay. We have special guests coming who are going to, and we'll start putting the names out over the next couple of weeks, but we have special guests coming to greet us. They are hiring managers. I want you all to experience hearing from themselves, right? And where they are. And if everything may not be what you want to hear, some things may be repetitive, but this is an opportunity for you to really ask the real questions. When we did this in New Orleans, I felt like that New Orleans class wasn't really prepared. I feel like they didn't have really great questions to ask. It was just more like, what can I do to get the contract, basically? And it was just interesting. I would have expected a little bit more thought into the questions that they were asking the hiring managers, but this is your opportunity. So I want you to come and bring smart questions to the table. Okay. Then we're networking. All right. When the cool thing about this workshop is everything is built around building relationships, because I feel like that's an area where everyone is having issues today. You see it online, men disagreeing with women. They can't come together, women bickering with women. And I feel like building a relationship is the hardest thing to do in the world today, but I don't want that to be the situation. I want you to understand that that's the most important part of this business model. Your whole business model is people. So if you understand how to build real relationships, it'll make your life so much easier, right? So the whole theme is around relationship building. So we are going into our networking event Thursday night, and we are going to network, and you're going to have instruction from day 1 and day 2 to lead you into that. Then we are going to come into day 3 and we're going to focus on the scaling your business. Okay. You do that through how? Teams, processes, different things like that. So we're going to go in and talk about scaling the business. And then the next morning we're going to wake up and we're going to do a Saturday brunch, and there'll be more networking there. The brunch tickets should have went up today. I don't see them. I'm hoping they go up today. Y'all pray. Pray. If you cannot attend the live workshop, but you're in the area of Dallas or LA, and you want to attend the Saturday brunch, the tickets were supposed to be up this morning. Hopefully they'll come up today. I'm not sure what's going on with the team, but hopefully the tickets will go up today. So you'll see that coming out in your email. If you are interested in attending our Thursday night event, the tickets should be up for that as well. So you can just come and hang out with us at the event and network with other staffingpreneurs. Really, really cool. I love when staffingpreneurs come together, network, get your network on. And so, yes, so that's where we are. I want to wish everyone, first of all, a happy Monday and an amazing morning. All right. Happy Monday and amazing morning. I want to shout out everybody who is watching the replay. We are live again. I want to shout out to all of my staffingpreneurs on the call. I see Wildeline. I see Dr. Castle. I see Sharnita. I see Anikia. I see Davida. I see Alfredo. I see everybody. I see a whole bunch of people. Robbie. I see so many people. I want to just say welcome to everybody here on the call. Please make sure you've come in and greeted yourself. That is very important. Just like you're coming into an office and you're coming into an infrastructure, this is our home. So I want you to make sure you greet yourself and say good morning. That's very important. I also have some people. I'm trying to look online here. I got to hold it. Who do we have here? Amazing morning. I see a lot of amazing mornings on YouTube. Hey, D, it's been a while since 2019 when I launched my agency. All right. I love that. This is Brittany, Healthcare Florida. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Nalise. Good to see you. Okay, awesome. I love that. All right, awesome. So this is our Monday morning setup class. This is where you bring all your questions in regards to setting up your staffing business. All right. And so I hope you brought your questions. You can put them in the chat, and you can also open the mic and come out with your calls. I do want to do my reminders, but I'm going to do a very quick and dirty version of the reminders, just specifically for my staffingpreneurs. Anybody who's new coming in, I want to welcome you. You can feel free to introduce yourself if you'd like as well. Let me log into, I thought I did, but I did not. Let's go in and get some magic happening on the board, y'all. And we're going to talk a little bit about, what's important at the setup phase of your business. These are things, unfortunately, that people don't really talk about. Oh, my tool. What did I do? Touch. Okay. All right, here we go. Share screen. There we go. Oh, my hair looks so cute. I couldn't even see the back, but now I can see. My barber really be putting it in on my hair. I really appreciate that love. I'm saying real soft. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think we can get it in this morning. I hope y'all got some good questions, because y'all just be wanting me to answer all the questions. Hey, what's up? Hey, Jules from New York. Nice to see you. Hey, what's up, y'all? Okay, so let me share my screen with you so y'all can see what everybody else is seeing. Okay, and now y'all can see. Perfect. All right, now these are very, very important things to remember when starting up. All right, things to remember when starting up. All right, we're going to just do the quick and dirty version. Quick and dirty. Okay, remember, I want you to know you're hiring not just for individuals, but you're hiring for teams and cultural fit. Companies think in teams and cultural fit. Okay. Please don't tell me that you have a differentiator if you have not thought about the hiring process and how somebody can fit, how the matchmaking process is going to work from not just a technical fit, but a cultural fit, right? Like, what sets your staffing agency apart? What are you doing differently? How are you ensuring that the match is actually taking place? These are real questions, okay? Real questions. Okay, you are not to, nor should you place everyone that you talk to, meet, or interview. There is a misconception that is taking place here. There's a misconception that is taking place here. I hear so many times people say to me, D, I can't talk to candidates. I cannot talk to candidates because I don't have any job orders. I don't have any contracts. And when I hear them say that, I say to them, then you don't understand your business model. Then you genuinely don't understand the business that you're selling, right? Because your job is not to place everyone that you come in contact with. That would be a blessing if you could, but it doesn't even fundamentally make sense. You're going to have typically one job and you're going to have to talk to so many people just to fill that one job. So if you think about it, your job is to talk to as many people as possible so that you can have a pool of people. You can have a talent pool full of people. That's the smart way to go. Okay. So I don't want you thinking I can't talk to candidates. I don't have a contract. I don't have a job order. You should be talking to more candidates than your life can depend on. Like, you should be getting it in. You should be talking to as many candidates as possible, as soon as possible, as early as possible. How fast can you talk to? How many candidates can you talk to? Because the more candidates you talk to, the bigger your talent pool and the more opportunity you have and the more options you have. Hello with it. Come on with it. All right. All right. Very, very important. So you should be building your talent network. Now, listen, you need a theme for your staffing agency. And I'm going to tell you why. Everybody on the planet, because they don't have D. Williams. I would just keep it real with you. People they be sleeping until it's broken. But everybody on the planet is in here calling, can I get you on a contract, and literally harassing these poor hiring managers. I feel so bad for them, not really understanding that there has to be other things that connect you in order to build that relationship. This is called smart business. Okay, this business model that we're in, this is not a hit it right off the break kind of relationship. Y'all so nasty. Y'all just want to run right into it. It ain't that type of business model. This is the type of business model where you have to build a relationship, a real relationship. And most of the time when you're building a relationship, it's because you have something in common with the person that you're attempting to build a relationship with. When you have a theme, it gives you something in common to connect with your hiring managers in particular. I feel like the theme should be able to cross over to support your candidates and what they like and what they need and all of that stuff. But we're talking about what's the secret to getting a contract. The secret to getting a contract is creating a theme. We talk about this in the course. We will be going through this pretty assertively during our live workshop. Get your ticket. No, real plug. Get your ticket if you want that help. But we're going to flush that theme out. Once you flush that theme out, it's like, hey, because now you can feel more confident in creating the opportunity, setting the opportunity for the sale up. You'll feel more like a solutions-based type business. And that's exactly what sales is. It's a solution, right? So you need a theme for your staffing agency. Okay, now listen, this is one of the most important things I can tell you. I hope you remember this. If you don't remember anything else, I hope you remember this. If you don't remember anything else, I hope you remember this. If you don't remember anything else, I hope you remember this. If you don't remember anything else, I hope you remember this. Your candidates are your capital, not your clients. Your candidates are your capital. 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 Your candidates are your capital because there's so many things you can do with them. With your clients, there's only two things you can really do with them. With your clients, they pay. Yes. Woo, we excited. We want that. We need that, right? But the second thing is they could become candidates. But that's just about it, right? Most of the time, your client, and they can become a referral source. Most clients will do that on their own time. They're not just, hey, da 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 da, unless someone's in a dire need. But your candidates, they are way more valuable, in my opinion, because not only are you placing them, if they're currently interviewing right now, they're interviewing people in the market, you have an opportunity to connect with them and find out who else is on the market that's hiring that you could potentially support. They're your capital. They're your capital because if they're still working, they can give you intel on what's going on in the company where they're currently at. They're leaving. So clearly something's going on where you may be able to support them. If you're leaving, who's going to fill their position? That's another opportunity. So your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because if they're still working, they can give you candidate leads in the company. They can give you employer leads in the company with the relationships of the people that they have. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because they can give you leads in the company they were in the last company they worked at, right? And candidate leads and employer leads in the last company. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because they become clients. They get promoted and they become clients. Your candidates are your capital. And this is the part that I feel like most staffing agencies, like newbies, when they start up, staffingpreneurs, they really bypass this part and they go straight for the client. And what's going to happen, and I have a number of staffingpreneurs. Remember, I showed y'all last week these buckets. I got a number of staffingpreneurs in the bucket where they got the idea, they start the coaching program, they finish it, they launch their business, they start right here. They start the business, but they never make any money. Do you know why they never make any money? Because they don't understand that their candidates are their capital. They really don't make any money because the majority of them have one thing in common. They don't have a talent base. They don't have a talent pool. Most of them have no problem with getting a contract, believe it or not, but they have a problem with establishing relationships with talent in order to fill the positions that they have access to. Because your candidates are your capital. This is the product that you're selling. So why are you trying to pre-sell a product that you don't have? If you are in the light industrial warehouse space, whatever, it may make a little more sense because these people are constantly looking for work, but you're going to subject yourself to potentially not placing quality people. But when you are in a professional solutions type space, that's a pretty risky bid, I tell you, right? Unless they too know that it's going to be challenging to fill that position, like it's a nuclear engineer, scientist, some crazy something like that, when they already know it's going to be hard. But otherwise, you should have, if you place in nurses, you should be talking to nurses all day, every day. You should be going to eat by the hospital. Don't get me started, y'all. I start training. I don't want to start training. Let me get through this fast. I just got fired up real quick. Okay, so your candidates are your capital. Don't be someone who doesn't pay attention to this. You should be having your strategy should be just as strong around how you're going to acquire talent as it is and how you're going to acquire clients. And you have two types of talent that you have to acquire: people who you're going to be placing and people who are going to be working for your organization. And you have to start thinking about that from day freaking one, not day 2, not day 3, not day 4, not day 10, not day 30, day 1. From the day you're setting up your business, you should be thinking about who are the people that I need to help me bring this business to life. I don't care if you don't have one effing dime in your bank account. You should be manifesting your dream effing team. And let me tell you, people out here, they are, how do I say this? You know, you hear all of these videos about from candidates or from employees that are like, my employer did this, or I don't like this. Well, let me tell you, employers have the same type of issue. Candidates don't show up. Candidates lie more than anybody I've ever seen in my life, more than little kids. All these candidates need soap in their mouth. I'm going to say it. They come up, they show up one way and they're somebody totally different. Many of them are not interested in the work that they're doing. They're interested in a paycheck. And I understand being interested in the paycheck. But if I'm going to be working, I want to at least be into the work that I'm doing. And so you're going to get bamboozled by these candidates. I said it, cancel me. You're going to get bamboozled. That's the truth. You're going to get bamboozled. You're going to spend lots of money interviewing people who are not going to ever show up. Or who are going to be crazy. You're gonna, so your internal team, you better start manifesting the right team right now in your brain, in your mind. Get your org chart out, start putting that mofo together and start really getting into who my internal team looks like, as much as you are in regards to your candidates being your capital, the people that you're placing. Now, before you get started, don't tell me that you're launching this business and you don't have at least 50 candidates in your ATS. And I'm not talking about candidates that you've talked to. I'm talking about candidates that you're going to call on your launch day. If you've already started your staffing business and you don't have at least 50 candidates in your ATS, you tripping. Right now, I said, that's point number one. Let's get it fixed immediately. Okay. You need at least 50 candidates. Now, if you only have 50 candidates in your ATS by the time you launch, you're on the most mediocre side of things. I said it. You're on the mediocre side of things. You're on the I'm doing just enough. And I know that hurts somebody's feelings. I love you. I said it with love. But if it's not stated, then you're going to continue to do things that I don't want you to do, that you don't need to do. I say 50 because I had a lot of slackers come into my world. I couldn't believe it. Only 50 candidates. You can buy leads by the hundreds, by the thousand, and you only going to have 50 candidates. So 50 is your bad number, but you should be putting hundreds of candidates in your database. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital. You should be putting hundreds and thousands, if not. The more candidates you have in there, the better that you can reach out to and start building relationships with. I need you to understand that people do business with people they like and know and trust. Ooh, and people do business with people that they like and know and trust. People do business with people that they like, know, and trust. Hey, people do business with people that they like, know, and trust. Oh, I gotta sing it because I gotta get y'all to memorize that. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. Stop trying to F the client and the candidate on the first conversation. Geesh. Slow down and take the time to get to know them. Take the time to get to know your client. What's going on in their world? Are they creating any strategic initiatives? What groups are they a part of? What associations are they a part of? Are they interested in being a part of your stuff? Who are they? Like, get to know them, your candidates. What gets them fired up? What type of opportunities should you be on the lookout for that would help take them to the next level? What is their dream job? Who's the dream company that they want to work for? Like, how do we help them get on that career path? You've got to actually get into your effing business. This is not a transaction. This is a relationship. Two different things. They move two totally different ways. Okay. So you got to build relationships, and you need to build as many real relationships with candidates in particular as possible, because your candidates are your capital, right? And they're going to help you. If you're placing candidates, you're making money. If you're placing candidates, you're making money. If you're placing candidates, you're making money, okay? If you're having relationships with candidates, you're building your network and making money. That's what you came here to do, create impact. Everybody you place is going to create another layer of impact, kind of like a frequency of impact going out there. So you want to place as many people as you can. It starts with the relationships that you build, the real relationships you build. Now, you're also going to add 50 employer prospects. These are potential employers that you want to do business with. Now, you know, if you're going through D. Williams coaching program, and you should be going through D. Williams coaching program. If you're not going through D. Williams coaching program, that's a problem. But if you're going through my program, you know, you have two different types of clients that you're bringing into your ATS. You have your target 100, and they should be tagged as target 100 clients, broken down into sections based on their category. And then you have your generalist list. That's everybody else in your industry that you're going to talk to, because you're going to deal with those two people a little bit differently, right? Your target list, you're going to have your own strategies for your target list, because those are the people you're attempting to marry. So you're trying to build a relationship with them on a more intimate level. You're reaching out to them specifically. It can be automated, but not too much, because everything is custom to each person, because those are the people you're looking to build a relationship with. As a matter of fact, sometimes you might be on the phone talking to people who work in that organization so that you can get intel to learn more about how to connect with this person appropriately that's on your target list. If you are trying to get into one of those big companies and you're audacious enough to say, okay, even though I'm small, I'm going to do that, you might have to talk to a few people in the company to get the connection you need to get to where you need to go. But that's people who are super passionate about their business. I can see you sitting in your office all day talking to 3 people in accounting, 2 people in HR, 1 or 2 people in tech or whatever, to get to the CTO assistant, so that you can at least get the proper information to send the gift, so that he'll understand it. You're on his tail. You're interested in getting to know him. You're interested in doing business. That's the type of activity that you're going to be having throughout the course of the day. So you need people to talk to. You need people to start researching and to start connecting with, so that you can start building those relationships. That happens with your target list. With your generalist list, it's more of your email automation. It's more of your LinkedIn automation. It's more of you putting a net out there and catching the fish that are ready for you to be caught, whether it's to actually do business with you right now because they have a need, or whether it is more of them just being open to building a relationship with you because, hey, they may have a need, they may not. I want you to remember that even if you don't have something, you can create something. And I'm talking about job orders. If you have candidates, you can create hundreds of millions, however many candidates you got, they can turn into job orders. People will create positions if it makes sense. If you can talk it or you can visualize it to them, you can show them the value of how this person could change their company or make their company better. They'll open positions, right? So you have more power than you know in this business. It's all about who you have in your database, in your ATS. So you need a minimum of 50 candidates. You need a minimum of 50 employers. And you're going to have, okay, bang. Now, final things, because I don't want to take the rest of your time. You got pipeline. You have to post pipeline jobs. A lot of people will launch their business and won't have any jobs on their website. That makes you look real mediocre. I'm going to say it again. Why it don't take but a second to post your pipeline jobs. These are jobs you actually need to fill. Post your jobs. Post your jobs. Post your jobs. Okay? Now, yes, you do not have these jobs are not open right now, maybe even internal or external, but you have to get to know people before you start placing them in roles. That is why you open the roles. You know that these are positions you're going to fill without a shadow of a doubt, but you need to get to know people. So you say that in the job description. I'm preparing for opportunity that's coming up. I'm preparing to fill a role. And I'm looking to build relationships with nurses, with doctors, with developers, with DevOps, with whoever who have this type of skill set and are looking to work for these types of companies. And then you put your job description out there. And that way they'll start applying. You can start building those relationships. And then you also have positions internal. I told you, you two are building your dream team. So you should be preparing. You should be putting positions out there for recruiter roles, for your accounts payable, for your what do you call it? Your payroll, for your salespeople, for whoever is going to be in your company. You should be putting your positions out there so that you can start building relationships, getting to know people. You don't want to hire fast, okay? You want to build relationships. You want to make sure this is somebody that's meant to be in your company. And just trust and know that just because they even show up and you build a relationship don't mean they're actually going to be who they are. Most people, just know that. Okay. Bam. There's fortune in the follow-up. Okay. The fortune is never in the first phone call. It's never in the first interaction. It takes a couple of times for somebody to decide that they want to do business with you. Sometimes you meet somebody, they connect with your energy and they know it. You understand? They know it. They're like, this person's for me. I've had those experiences a lot, but it's even at that point, they're still going to engage with you a little bit more to confirm that thought and that feeling, right? And once that confirmation takes place, then they'll move forward. But that's just the starting point, the initial reach out. You've got to understand that initial reach out strategy that you have is a great strategy. How do I first reach out to them? You got to get past that point and get to the follow-up stage. A lot of staffing businesses fail because they never make it to the follow-up stage. They stop after the initial reach out. I don't want that to be you. I want you to succeed. So you've got to go past the initial reach out. You got to go past phone, text, email, social media, email automation, in-person, referral, podcast, webinar, appointment setter, lead. You got to go past that. And then you've got to figure out what you're going to follow up about. Now, you should be following up 12 to 24 times. If you're following up with someone 12 to 24 times, asking them to buy your service, they're going to delete you. Hello?
What up?
Dr. Castle, we can hear your conversation. Don't say nothing inappropriate.
Yeah.
Dr. Castle. She ain't saying nothing inappropriate anyway. She's too sweet. Okay, so a lot of agencies fail because they don't follow up. They be like, D, I don't know what to follow up about. Beyond your services, talk about your theme. Talk about your differentiator. Show your differentiator. Initiate some strategic initiatives, just like you're asking the employers what strategic initiatives are you working on. You're the CEO of your company. You should have strategic initiatives in your company too. Hello. What about your marketing and branding strategy? Like, you got to figure out ways to follow up, but you should be following up 12 to 24 times. 12 to 24 times. 12 to 24 times. Right now, get it in your head, because if you don't, you're going to really hurt your business. Okay? Now, I got to tell you, another reason why agencies fail is because they don't have no activity. It's so crazy to me that people actually think that they are going to generate money with no activity. They think that the magic productivity fairy is going to come out of the sky. And I don't know. But you got to produce activity in your company or it's not going to work. Okay. If you do not produce activity in your company, it's not going to work. You can't make 5 calls a day or 15 calls a day and think that you're going to generate money. You're not. You can't send out 20 LinkedIn reach outs per day and think that that's going to be enough. It's not. You can't send out 100 emails a day and think that that's going to be enough. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. The reason why your business is not working right now is because you do not generate enough activity. You got to generate activity. You got to generate activity. You got to generate activity. Okay. You got to generate the activity and then you got to track it, because a real CEO knows their numbers. They're able to track things. It took me a long time to learn that. When I first I track my stuff in staffing, but when I first started training and coaching people, I wasn't tracking successes. I was just selling courses. And people, I got an email today from a message from a lady today, and I almost started crying. I was like, oh my God. But and she gave me, I think I did a screenshot of this thing. It was yes, here it was. I want to share that working with you really changed things for me. This was years ago. Since you helped me with my resume and shared your perspective on my experience, helping me see myself, my income has increased 302% since 2013, and rehab doesn't just happen. It took me some years to grow my experience and confidence in some ways, but it started with you, and I truly thank God for you. I worked hard, but you definitely got me fired up and positioned. I hope that life is showing you nothing but goodness. But listen, I wasn't tracking those things. I wasn't tracking those activities. I was doing those activities through love. And I mean, I got paid for it, but I'm just saying, like, I was just loving the work that I was doing. But that was a very rookie move. That was a very rookie move, right? The sign of a smart entrepreneur is that they are producing activity and they're tracking the performance. Now I know. And now I track everything. You understand? And then listen, hiring an amazing internal staff should be your number one priority. It should be the thing that keeps you up at night, all night long. You should be thinking about who's my dream team. And are they working? Are they producing? Are they creating impact for my clients? And enjoying the work that they do, or are they just here to take up space? And you're looking for the best, and you might have very little to offer initially. But don't put any boxes around people. People are in different situations. Not everybody needs money. Some people, their family takes care of them, so they have the ability to pour themselves into their work. And hopefully you've connected with the right people who want to pour themselves into the work with you. And that's what you're looking for. That's very, very, very important in your pursuit of being a CEO, an entrepreneur, a staffingpreneur, owning your own staffing business. I hope y'all are fired up on this Monday. Are y'all fired up? Who's fired up? Who's fired up? I don't know. Y'all a little quiet today. Okay, Sharnita said she fired up. That's all I need to hear. Somebody get me fired up. Okay, what questions do we have? Do we have any questions today? Any questions? Let's see what's going on in my chat. Hold on one second. All right, fired up. Any questions? Y'all gonna just let me talk today? Who's that?
So this is Sharnita.
Hey.
So with the email strategies, the pre-email, and I'm not sure if this is for the running class, we should go ahead and start doing that now, even before we launch, correct?
Heck yeah. I mean, but if yes, but what I would say before putting that together, it would be, what's my lead magnet? Like, okay. Because you're going to want to have something of value to share with your employer or with your candidates. And you should, and if you're doing pre-email marketing, you should be able to run both out at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what you plan on doing? It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything correctly and in the proper order.
I want you to think about first your lead magnet. Like, okay. what is or and or are what will be your lead magnets? What are you using to attract both on your client and your candidate side? That's going to be the biggest thing, the first biggest thing. Okay. And the second biggest thing is and I would have more than one. I would definitely have like 2 or 3, because you got to follow up. You're going to follow up 12 to 24 times. So if you only have one thing, that's not going to be enough. And I do feel like that lead magnet they should be 3 different things that are important to the employer, right? So don't make it overly complicated, but still want to make it of value. I really feel like employers do very well with webinars, but you got to have smart conversations, smart topics, talking about smart things. Candidates like quizzes, like they like worksheets, so you got to put things out there, but it's got to be something that you would even want to, you know what I'm saying, download. Don't just create something just to create it. I got some people like, I just put a checklist together, and then this is like a checklist that anybody can pull off the internet. What makes your checklist great? Why should they actually download this checklist over other checklists? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very, very, very important.
Because we were talking about talking to get our email strategy and what we wanted in our webinar to get those things together for the lead magnet.
Yes.
That's what we're discussing.
So your webinar is the lead magnet. That is one. That is it's a strategy, but it is also a lead magnet. So it's a kind of a dual type of thing. But you want to have, either like a toolkit, maybe, that's comprehensive. Maybe for everybody who attends the webinar and stays to the very end, you have a special gift for them, and it's this toolkit. You could do something like that. You could have, and then whatever you put in the toolkit, you can take the things that are in the toolkit individually, and now they can be their own separate individual lead magnets. Then you got some action going. Do you know what a toolkit is?
No, but I know we have a conversation tomorrow. I was gonna bring it back up. I don't want to take a fall time.
She cheated. No, that's fine. No, that's what this class is for. Because like many people, may not know what a toolkit is. That's why I asked. So a toolkit is something that has a lot of many things in there to create something really spectacular, in my opinion. So for example, if I wanted to do like a recruiter's toolkit, I might do one for the workshop. I might have a checklist in there for recruiters on what they should do every day for them to get started with their desk. Then I might have a production calculator that shows them, that helps them track their production on their own outside of what's happening in the ATS. Then I might have some cue cards to keep them motivated, like motivational cue cards that so that if they get discouraged, they can just flip through and keep looking at the cue cards. All of these things that they can have either digitally or physically, depending on how I want to create the toolkit. I might have a little guide that they can read that's broken down into sections based on their role that they're doing every day, with pages added for them to take notes. I may have a little quiz to help them define whether or not they're a mediocre recruiter or an amazing recruiter. Because when you realize you're mediocre, the first thing you want to do is step up. You want to level up. I've been mediocre before. That's how I can talk about it. But when you experience it, you're like, oh man, like I'm not putting forth effort. You mean, oh, and then when you do, and you become extraordinary in the role that you're in, it changes the game. It really does, from you financially and in every way. So maybe put something like that in there. And then I package it with a cute little title, subtitle, toolkit for da-da-da-da-da. And, get my little graphics for each part of the toolkit. And then now you have it as one core thing. And then you invite your recruiters to come, and then at the end, And I just did recruiters, but you would do one for the hiring managers and so forth. But now each and every piece of that toolkit can be its separate lead magnet. So when you're writing your pre-email automation, you have things to drive them to based on the different lead magnets. You can drive them to the full toolkit by attending a webinar. You can then offer individual pieces of the toolkit based on a specific challenge that they're having. So I guess I would probably make the toolkit more specific to the challenges that the hiring manager is having, so that you can, give them out individually. But did that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The toolkit would kind of be like our call to action. I mean, in the webinar, we do a webinar, and then
it would be more like a bonus gift for staying to the end. Your call to action should be book an appointment with you if you're talking to hiring managers. And I feel like same thing with candidates, right? Okay. But because they stayed to the end of the webinar, now all of the people who stayed will get access to this toolkit. And that way you can keep people on your webinar all the way to the end, especially if you're really pushing this toolkit that they're going to get at the end of the webinar. They can't get it just for registering. They have to attend the webinar and stay to the end. This also is a strategy to help increase your show rate, right? To get them to actually show up. But the toolkit's got to be dope, okay? And so your call to action could be schedule an appointment. Your call to action could have something to do with your theme, maybe one of your strategic initiatives. Maybe if it's for them to come to the next webinar. Maybe it's to schedule an appointment. Maybe it's to come to a live event. Your call to action could be anything. That's going to have to be very strategically defined. But the toolkit will be the bonus as a strategy to get people on your webinar and to keep them to the end of the webinar so that they can consume everything that you're trying to get them to consume. And if you structure your webinar in a dope way, you can have them consume a lot of stuff, because people still are going to drop off, right? So you got to kind of put your commercials, plug your stuff in the middle. So if you have guests there and the guests are then you just hey, I'm going to just chime in here and just say all the great information they're giving us is amazing. Here, I'm the president and CEO of, Identifies Consulting, and we focus on doing such and such and such. And we're bringing this great content to you today because we believe da 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 da. I want you to know if you're in a situation where you're da 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 da, Identifies Consulting can help. Now we're going to go back and we're going to dive in. They're going to show us how da-da-da-da-da. And now they're going into part 2. So that way you started out talking about what you did. You introduced them. You let the webinar run. You pause it. Then you put your plug in there so you don't miss anybody who doesn't make it all the way to the end. You run it a little bit more. And then when you get to the end, you do your full call to action. But don't forget in that middle part to remind them if they stay to the end that they get the toolkit. That's one piece that I forgot. Make sure you remind them if they stay to the end, they get the full toolkit. Huh?
I said, okay.
Okay. Okay, perfect. This is exciting. I love this. Hey, Davida. When flushing the niche market for specific candidate roles, what if your local numbers are not above 100 or 200 after searching on Indeed, LinkedIn, etc.? Should I consider another location if I'm thinking long-term profitable staffing? Probably. What's the position? What's the position? I think that's the bigger question. What type of role is it? And why don't you expand your territory? You can't expand your territory. You can only do that one little local area. You can't do the entire state because your workers' comp insurance is good for the entire state. So you should be thinking statewide at the bare minimum versus just local in your area. Whatever's local in your area is just who you have the ability to touch physically without any any transportation issues. But everybody else, you might have to drive a little bit further too, depending on the state that you in. I don't know what state you in, but you might have to drive or fly even. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yes,
what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I'm just trying to figure out how to branch out because I want to do like the staffing, but I want to make sure I'm building it from the ground up right with the right foundation and having the proper strategies. So if like the city I'm in is not consistent with long-term staffing goals, I guess I'm trying to like picture like how it would work. Like if say I'm in like Savannah and I'm trying to do business in Atlanta, like it's not clicking to me like how I can get it to work if I'm not actually in that particular city.
Why would you be trying to get into work? You're the owner of the company. You don't work.
Well, not work, but I mean like
what?
I mean like being able to.
You mean like drive? You mean like physically get in your car and drive to Atlanta?
No. So like with the workers' comp, like you said, it's statewide.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that mean that if I'm in a different city, I can have candidates like hundreds of miles away?
Anywhere. So your workers' comp covers the entire state. So your number should be the state of Georgia. And you can touch anybody. So like I have staff entrepreneurs right now that live in one state. They have no clients in their state. They have clients in every state but theirs. Literally. So, and that's where their workers' comp is. It's not in their state. It's in other states because that's where their nurses are or what have you. You know what I'm saying? One lady, she's not even in healthcare. She's in like HR. I think she is. Like she's in Georgia. All her clients are in New York. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm assuming that they build the relationships with the clients virtually. Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Or like for me, I go to restaurants. And so people travel, you know, like people who make decisions typically have some type of traveling capability. And so you sit at the right restaurants, you'll meet the right people. And then so you might build that relationship. They may live in Seattle and you live in LA, right? So people travel all the time. When I fly first class because I know that's where I'm going to build relationships. That's where I'm going to meet people who are like me. You understand what I'm saying? I eat at 4-star restaurants, maybe not 5-star because the food be nasty. Don't tell nobody that. I'm sorry. I'm way too ghetto for 5-star. 4-star is good for me. When I start getting on those extra sauces, I'll be like, but anyway, but I eat at places enough for me to meet people who make decisions. You know what I'm saying? Who can make decisions. So you can meet people in person. You can have events. People fly to events. You can fly to events. You can drive to places. You can send emails out across the entire state of Georgia. When you do your niche overview worksheet, I want you to include the entire state of Georgia because that is where your workers' comp is. And you have the ability to place people anywhere. Okay. And so if you get a job order that's in Atlanta and you're in Savannah, you're going to find people in Atlanta. If you get a job order in Albany, then you're going to find people in Albany. And maybe you won't find people in Albany. Maybe you'll find people in Savannah who want to move to Albany because their parents live there and they need a job. You never know how life be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing that I found is that your job is to just get that position filled. They're not like sitting around looking for these people. They've got a ton of openings in their company that are all different areas. The value that you bring as your agency is that you have these niche roles, these niche people that you should be able to fill at any given time. That's why I said at the beginning, your candidates are your capital. The more you know, the more you grow. So you're not just trying to get to know people in your local area. You want to get to know people all in the state of Georgia. That's why your email marketing automation is important. That's why I really encourage people to build their automation system, because now you can touch more people. You can build a relationship with them online through your social media. You know how many people, y'all, my TikTok is popping. You feel me? I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers so I can go live. But my TikTok is popping way better than my other channels, believe it or not. And I'm building real relationships, I feel like, with the people that are on my TikTok. And I try to do things, my personal TikTok, not my staffingpreneurs. I tried to talk about my staffingpreneur stuff on my personal TikTok. They didn't like that. So I love that. That got me fired up. I'm like, okay, so they only know me for me, like not D. Williams Staffing, and which I really love because it gives me a fresh, clean slate, right? But the relationship that I get to build with all of these people, I sent out a video, was like, can y'all please help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live? I want to play with you. They started going up. I'm like, okay. So then I start, and I start asking questions. You're building that relationship. So those strategies that you're creating. Now, I'm a visual on front of the camera person. You might not be, but maybe it's your email marketing that sits out on Front Street. Maybe you go and have somebody create like a character and it's your voice in the back, or somebody else's voice in the back, and they're the person that's on Front Street. If you don't feel like you want to be on Front Street, Geico does it. You know what I'm saying? You can have an official spokesperson. You can have a spokesperson on behalf of your company. But the idea is to get in front of as many people as possible, as many candidates as possible, and build real relationships and get in front of as many clients as possible and build real relationships and be fired up about it. Was that helpful?
Oh, yes, very much so.
I feel like we did something today. I feel like we did something. That's what I'm talking about. You got this. I want you to know that. You can definitely do this. You do know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to hear. I love that. Okay. Alfredo said, also, what lead magnet have you seen the highest conversion rates in the nursing staffing niche? What a calculator be a good lead magnet? Could you elaborate on how one would implement this in the nurse staffing? Yeah, because we have a calculator that we utilize that's freaking amazing. So calculators are definitely great, but it depends on if it's your client, if it's your candidate. If it's your client, calculators do great because most of the people in healthcare want to save money. They don't want to spend money. They want to save money, right? So that calculator is definitely a great lead magnet. If it's a webinar for the client side, you know what I'm saying? I would tell you, for anything, webinars are always, in my opinion, the best option for employers because they're looking for information to solve the problems, to the challenges that they are having. Okay. And that's very important. So webinars are great. A great way. Also, networking events, attending and creating, in my opinion, is the better way. When you own the event, right? That's a great way. Some things that people don't do often, but like having like an association or a community, of people, creating a safe space for them to share ideas, to incubate, to do things like that. That's what I was talking about that theme, y'all. Like, you got to, like, that theme, if you got a dope theme, it'll help you to create some really cool strategic initiatives. And like creating a incubator for your industry is like dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you think about it, you're helping to move the industry forward in some type of positive way. So like, I really want you to take that theme piece very, very seriously, because that's going to be a good opening door. Everybody wants to be associated with the founder of the person who created the incubator for the, whatever industry. So you can do some really, really cool things with that. So yeah, like on that side, on the nurses side, I feel like it's a little bit more challenging because nurses are very particular. They're finicky, but I would say nurses like to conjoin. They like to be in groups, and they like titles. I've learned that too. They like to be in groups, and they like titles, and they like money, a lot of money, as much money as possible. I'm dead serious. They like money, okay? And they like to do a lot of things at one time. You know what I'm saying? They like to do a lot of things at one time. And they like to travel. Nurses like to travel. They like to go to islands and different things like that. So like when you understand your market on both the client and the candidate side, you can kind of get an idea of what they're into. Mostly all hiring managers, like CFOs at that level, they like golf. So you want to do like a golf tournament, and tie it to a charity or something like that. Don't get my ideas really flowing up in this joint this morning, y'all. I know y'all can tell I'm kind of getting revved up. Don't let my ideas, like, I'm starting to get fired up. They start feel the fire starting to. I feel it coming. Okay, a lot of different things you can do. Oh yes, Nelly, I like that mastermind team. Yes, I love that. Alexandra, you said you have 2 LinkedIn accounts, one for business and one for personal. You should have one LinkedIn account, and your business account should be attached to your personal, because LinkedIn doesn't allow you to have a business account unless you have a personal account. So I hope that's what you're saying. Like, your personal account should be the starting point for your business account, and then you create your business account. The website. I don't know. Somebody's asking me about viewing the website. So just keep that in mind. Thank you, Davida. I appreciate that love. I need that energy in my life. This is another one. D, I'm currently employed. What do you suggest I do with my LinkedIn profile? I don't want my current employer. Oh, wait. Okay. Messenger. Okay, perfect. Manager and colleagues to know, at least at this time, that I'm putting on this business. So a few things. One, even if your LinkedIn account is your LinkedIn company account is attached to your personal, you don't have to link them together. They can be separate. You don't have to list yourself as an employee under your company. And in the beginning, you would just market your company page versus your personal page, not put your personal page on your put on your profile that you are attached to the company, and then you organically or secretly talk to people through your personal LinkedIn profile. It's hard to talk to people through your company LinkedIn profile, but you can definitely talk to them through your personal. But you don't have to say that that's where you work, at least not in the beginning. Hold on one second, because I feel like somebody from my staff literally just logged in. And I mentioned to them that I was going to be late because I knew I was going to be hanging out with y'all today. And y'all, I still have not got my phone fixed. This is disgusting. And this is, you know why? Because I've been busy. Only because I've been busy. Help me. Like, I don't even understand. How can I even read this? It's disgusting. I'm embarrassed. I'm literally embarrassed. Hey guys, I don't want you to forget that I'm still with the setup class right now, and I'm live. So I'm probably not going to log into the sales meeting until like 9:30ish. Okay. So I just want to give y'all a heads up. You can still make calls or whatever and meet me here at 9:30. Love y'all. Good morning. All right. Channel. Okay. I just want to give it to my team so they'll know what's going on. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Oh wait, did I answer the question? Oh, okay. One more thing I want to say about that. Remember, you're only needing to be able to show up a certain way for a period of time until you hire your staff, right? If you're starting out with funds and you can bring somebody in, you let them be attached to the company and let them do the networking out there. You can also, one more thing I want to say, you can also do something with your controls in the back of LinkedIn to where people can't see your activity. So I was working with a young lady she said her boss was following her on all social networks and different things. I can't even imagine somebody having time to do that. Not to say she was lying or anything like that, but like he's a psycho for that. If he was actually like following her on all the social networks, but the time he was putting into doing that, he could be hiring somebody else, finding looking for somebody else. But she said that that's what she was experiencing. So I don't understand it. I've never seen that, but I guess there are managers out there to do that, but there are controls on the back of LinkedIn that you can put in place that will say that, you know, you don't want your stuff to be shared. You don't want to be, you want your profile to be private. Like you can do a number of different things. And then you take that and then still go out and reach out in the most discreet manner. But if you do things like if you get somebody as your front person, or you create a, now I didn't say this, but and LinkedIn don't get mad at me because I know y'all be watching my videos. But my mentor said to me before that, and I mentioned this before, but he was like, D, not everybody want to do business with a chocolate woman. He's not chocolate, just so y'all know. And I was like, oh, and he was like, so it's always good to have like an avatar profile and it don't look like you. And I was like, oh, I never did it. That's not my style. If you don't accept me for who I am, bye-bye. Like, nah, I don't care. And but he was saying that he had a number of different profiles, you know, because people like certain, you know, people like what they like or whatever. So I thought that was very interesting. So that's also a potential strategy. I don't think LinkedIn would like that because that would be a false profile potentially for them and skew their numbers. But I mean, I think people are doing it whether they like that or whether they want that or not. So you also have that option. So I hope these things were helpful just a little bit. Good questions though. Great questions. Let me just see. I would say make sure you're performing to the highest level with your company. Let them know what you're starting, so it won't be a surprise nor a secret, and they may just help you along the way. I think you got to be careful with that. Some companies are pro you becoming your own entrepreneur, and some companies are not. If you are, especially if you're like opening up a company type that's similar to the work that you're doing and you didn't sign a non-compete. Now, I guess that doesn't matter because I think non-competes are null and void. So that's scary in itself. I don't know how the world is getting around this one. So I've got to go and figure out what the new non-compete law is, because I think they threw it away. If that's the case, then I think that means that people could just maybe do the same. I don't know. I got to go look and see. But you know, not all companies will be down with their employees starting another business. First, they're going to lose talent. Like, do you know how hard it is to find talent, great talent? If she's so great, she's starting her own business, then then I'm losing some extra great talent. You know what I'm saying, in my company. So if she comes to me now and tells me that now she wants to start a business, I'm going to, one thing, she's going to take my stuff. So I'm going to probably fire her. I'm probably not going to be like, oh, I'm so happy for you, because in my mind, like, I don't know what type of business is she starting. Like, it's so many layers to that. So you got to think about, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about that, those layers to that. You got to think about the employer's perspective as well. So I don't know. What are your thoughts though? Put in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm eager to hear what your thoughts are. I'm definitely eager. She said, thank you. Appreciate your insights and recommendations. I like the love going on. Good morning. I was just using your budgeting sheets. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you so much. Most workers' comp costs like $600 a year. That's a small price to pay when you are making $6 million. That's a small price to pay when you're making $6 million. $600 a year, that ain't nothing. I have to run. Are we still meeting for lunch for the launch class? Yeah, I can do the launch class today. It's actually not today, but if you need it, I'm here. If you need it, I'm here. Yes. Yes.
No, last week you said you would meet with me and Nikki this
Yeah,
week.
that's fine. It's fine. I'm actually, it's fine.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
Whatever time is on the calendar. Yes, I think it's 1 p.m. my time. But yes, I look forward to seeing y'all there. I love y'all. Have an amazing day. All right, we're about to close out. They leaving. Everybody leaving us because this our 1 hour is over. Let me just see. You're starting a nursing agency. I like. She's starting a client services agency. I'm number one in that arena. Okay, I like that. A nurse told me I need $10K a month for insurance. $10K a month. I think it depends on the type of insurance. I think it depends on the type of insurance that you need. I haven't heard $10K a month anywhere. It's like, are they getting insurance across all states? Is this including unemployment? Like, I don't know. It's just like many layers to that. I'm not, if they don't have any employees, I doubt that they're paying $10K a month for insurance. No disrespect. We do staffing websites. We can do your website for you if you want. Just give us a call, 866-432-8801. Or go to our website, but we can definitely build yourself. We build hundreds of staffing websites, hundreds. DM us too. You can DM us. Pretty cool stuff. Yes, I love it. Is worker comp the only insurance you need? Nope. You need a lot of insurance. No, I'm joking. You do need insurance, though. There are different layers. And to be honest with you, the client will really tell you what insurance you need, right? So you definitely need your workers' comp, you need your general liability, your professional liability, you need all of that. But you still have your unemployment, you have cybersecurity, you have auto, but it all depends on the client and the type of company that you are supporting. That will define what type of insurance you need. And when you go to work with them, they will tell you, do you have these insurance requirements? And the bigger the company is, probably the more insurance you're going to need and the higher the insurance is going to be. So just be prepared over time that you're going to probably increase your insurance or you're going to add to your insurance. Just be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily, you don't have to start out at the highest insurance package. You can start out, at the bare minimum, the lowest. And then as you get those contracts and the requirement becomes the need, then you can upload to that. What about if you just need the copy? The copy of what? The copy of what, Alfredo? I don't know what that meant. What if you just need the copy? You got to tell me more. Oh, what if you just need the website copy? Yeah, we write website content. We write website content. We definitely do. Perfect. All right, awesome. So I think the launch class today is going to be, everybody's launching at the same time. I think the launch class is not going to be a singular class today. I think it's going to be many people on the class. We've got a number of people launching on July 8th, and which is exciting. And in the weeks thereafter. So the launch class is going to be not custom. Typically, we only have one person in the launch class at a time. I think we have 3 different companies, if not 4 different companies, that are going to be in the launch class today. So it's going to be somewhat of a different structure. So be ready for that. For anybody who's attending the launch class, it's 1 hour. So the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to open the floor up for everyone. I want to know exactly what everyone's idea is or thought is, whether they're doing a soft launch or hard launch. I'm going to open up the board. Typically my launch people have their own board. I'm going to make one general board and I'm going to guide everybody through with suggestions according to their business. And we're going to move very swiftly. This class has never had 4 people in it ever in life. 4 companies at one time ever. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm excited and I'm up for the challenge for sure. So just be ready, for y'all are crazy. I love it. I love seeing everybody. Who else is launching in the month of July? Who else is launching? If you all are launching, then that setup is important. Dr. Castle, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all show Dr. Castle some love. Who else is launching in July? I know I got 4 companies. Or if you're launching in August, you don't need to be in today's launch class. If you're launching in July, then you need to be in today's launch class. Okay. I'll just throw that out there lovingly. Lovingly. All right. That's awesome. So are we done for the day? Did I do good? Alfredo, you shooting for July? Okay. That's awesome. I love that. I don't see that happening, but I see August, but we'll see. We're pushing to see. Maybe. Maybe. Are we done for the day? Everybody feel good? All questions answered? Everybody feel fired up and ready to work in your business this week? Right now, you're working on your business, not in your business. Thanks, Alfredo. I appreciate you. You're working on your business, not in your business. Okay. So you're not making calls to clients. You're not, you're not, I mean, you can attend networking events, but all it's going to do is get you fired up and make you want to work. Right now, you're putting the pieces of your business together. You're putting your lead magnets together. You're buying your insurance. You're making sure your handbooks are put together for your internal and external staff. Your org chart is out there. You're getting clients and candidates in your ATS. You're making sure that you have your tagging system set up appropriately, your onboarding systems, your onboarding process structure. You are preparing for your email marketing, your pre-email, your post-email. You're going through your checklist every day. Like you are really, 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 really on your A game right now, working on the business so that when your launch happens, you can start focusing, spending 90 to 100% of your time, probably about 95% of your time working in the business, with 5 to 10% of the time working on your business, focusing on making sure that things are running exactly the way you want and need them to run, and preparing to bring your team in. Because I'm setting you up for you to be in a position to bring a team in so that we can travel together. See, all of these people, all these millionaires I'm creating, we're going to go have fun together. We're going to go travel together. We're going to go do things together as owners of our companies. And we're going to hire amazing people that's going to help us live out our dreams. And yeah, we're going to do some amazing things. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? So that's today's class. I love y'all so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Pablo, am I going to be ready to launch? You're going to be, yeah, you could probably launch. I mean, Pablo, right now, you could launch, yes. So yes, I think that's going to really depend on your marketing strategies. I think that's going to depend on your marketing strategies and what you have put in place, right? I have a client, she launched, but she realized, and I think she saw it more last week, that she launched a little too fast. She didn't have all the processes in place, or all the things in place on the marketing side. So when people started coming, she wasn't able to capture all of the information. That was the whole reason of doing the launch to begin with, right? Was being able to capture the information. So I think it's going to be important to figure out what your strategies are, how you're going to put your marketing systems together. We've talked about this, right? And starting to put those pieces together now, and then filling in the blanks as you get to the workshop, right? Once you get to the workshop, then you know exactly what you're doing. You implement those things, and then yes, you have your launch date. That can definitely happen. I mean, you're in Dallas. That would put you 1 week outside of Dallas. I think you're looking at an August, personally. I think you're looking at an August launch, to give yourself at least 2 or 3 weeks to implement whatever it is that you learned in the workshop. But right now, I want you to start off with a goal. You're going to start getting your assignments because we're in July 1. So you're going to start getting your assignments for the workshop, things that I want to make sure that people have ready when they come. Everybody that is coming to the workshop, you get a 1-hour appointment with me. And that's for us to talk about where you are and where you're looking to go. Because this workshop is custom to the people who are attending. Okay, it's custom to the people who are attending. So I'm not doing just a core general workshop is going to be specific to where everyone is. And once I know where everyone is, everything that we do on day one is going to fill in the blanks for each person in that workshop. And it's going to look a little bit different in LA than it is going to look in DC. I'm sorry, in Dallas because of that. Okay, because of that. So just keep that in mind. All right, really important stuff. But your when we get to your site will be up by the time you get to the workshop. But just because your website is up doesn't mean you're ready to launch. I think that's a misconception. Oh, my site is up, I'm ready to launch. That is a misconception. Just because your site up, that doesn't mean you're ready to launch. Not you, Pablo. I'm just saying people in general. You know what I'm saying? But I do want your site up by the workshop because you're going to be networking. And I want you to be able, you send people to your website, talk to you, whatever. You know, I don't have my business card. Let me see. Y'all know I love these cards. With my new brand, they're going to get one of these cards with their membership. But you know, I love these cards. So first, you know, I love that they come in this little container. This thing has changed my life. I can wear, like, for a girl, this is dope because I can literally put this in my little, like, you know, purse, the little tiny purse, and everything is in there. And now I done got ghetto with it, y'all. I didn't put everything in this thing. It really is solely for, oh my gosh, everything is in here but the business card. That is funny. But like my driver's license, you know, my credit cards. That is so funny. I did not even have the one card in there. I'm trying to show y'all something and I took the thing out. Here it is. Here she go. But this is my card. I love this card. I love it. It does come in this little case. And so y'all can see it's mobilecard.com. They did not pay me for this at all, I swear. But they should. So if y'all watching, holla at a chick. But the card has my logo on the back and on the front, and then the QR code to the company. I'm gonna do this so y'all can scan it. It's pretty dope. And then it collects the leads, your contact information. You can put my information in your phone. So I'm giving y'all my personal information. Y'all better not hack me or nothing like that. If y'all just show me love, okay? So y'all can scan it, and then my contact information go to your phone. But look at this. You hear that? Isn't that dope? That card is nice. So listen, when I go places and I'm like, you know, and they're like, oh, get your information. I'm like, they're like, whoa, what is that? Oh man, you must be important. This card is metal. You must make me say all types of stuff. It is so funny. It is hilarious. But the cool thing is you can fit your driver's license in the business card and your credit card. Oh my gosh. This is so, oh my goodness. Look at this, our Ocean Prime ticket. Okay, just put all of that stuff right up on it in there. You can do, but you can only fit like 8. So be ready. But I would encourage y'all, tell them D sent you. They don't know who I am. But tell them D sent you. And yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm done harassing y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me after I'm trying not to go live on any of my other brands right now. I'm trying to wait till after the workshop. I'm on travel almost the entire month of July, y'all. So be ready for that. I use DOT. Is that the same? I just don't have the case. I've never even heard of DOT. So they got competitors. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? That's pretty dope. I haven't heard of DOT. I'm going to look them up. But that's awesome. Thank you, Nakat. Nakat, I gotta call you because I didn't get back with you over the weekend. I needed I need to call you. So just to make sure that we finalize the last few things. Can you clear your cache on your web browser too when you get a chance? Clear your cache when you get a chance. And I'll call you later today. I'm actually flying out later on this evening, y'all. I haven't packed yet. Is that bad? I haven't even packed. I'm still trying to unpack from yesterday, only to repack today. But all right, I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. I really appreciate y'all. I see y'all. Yep, in the running class. We can go. I'll meet you in the running class. Running class at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I will see y'all then. See y'all then. Have a great day, y'all. Please work in your business. I appreciate y'all support. Love y'all. Bye. All right. I want to close out with y'all. Let me stop the there we go. Wait. Okay, I think I did it right. Okay, perfect. All right, let me just see the last few comments that I missed. Let me just see. Going to the nursing home websites to become a vendor. Okay. Is this you're a superstar demotivated? That's so sweet. Thank you. Let's see what this says. Don't wait on me, but I'm coming along. Okay, y'all probably have your own conversation here. Do you really have me fired up this morning on pacing through my hallway, listening to this call with tears in my eyes? Oh, Pooh, you got to do it. This is your time. You got this. You got to do it. You got this. Oh my gosh. She said, people think business cards are out, but I asked for business cards from someone eating every day, and I guess what, they never have one, but I'm convinced to bring one. But yeah, but that's the cool thing, right? That business card is not even a business card. And so it's not something, because the reason why people don't want the business card, I think, is because they don't want to store the card, which is crazy. But I kind of get it, because we're walking around with these phones, right? So no business card, you just say, you're like, do you have a card? And it's like, nah, I don't have a card, but here, let me give you my contact information. See, I got to get all these other effing cards out of my thing. But hold on. Then it's like, and then you pull it out, and then they scan it on their phone, and then they got it on their phone and work on all phone types. So then they don't even need the card. And then now, you're in the phone. Then the next challenge is actually connecting with them once you get the number. Hey, thanks for meeting, that kind of thing. I don't want to put it in the middle, because when I pop it out, I want it to be like, dow. I love my cards, though. I'm not going to tell you a story. I carry this thing. I love it. I think it's amazing. Great invention. Amazing invention. Let's just see. Hey, who is this, Nelly? Take that to Shark Tank. Somebody already created it. I'm just buying. Hey, Marie. I was just buying it. I'm glad you logged in too, Pooh. I'm so glad to see you. All right, awesome. All right, so I'll be back next week. So I want y'all to come to my workshop. If you haven't gotten your ticket, you should come to my workshop. You can get, I think we have one ticket left in Dallas, but they're pretty much sold out. And then we have 4 tickets left in LA. And LA is kind of retreat style. Dallas is more workshop style. It's still workshop, but Dallas is more structured in a workshop type environment. Whereas if LA is definitely more retreat, how we're going to be, where we're going to be at, all of that stuff. Very, very, very much so more retreat style. So, but I would love to have you there. I would love, love, love to support you and to work with you and helping you with your staffing business. That we only have one more ticket left, Marie, for Dallas. Dallas is pretty much sold out. So if you're going, you got to get your ticket like now, because whoever the next ticket is, we can't sell any more tickets. We don't have any more space. We are literally sold out. I sent the message out yesterday. Dallas is sold out. I'm excited. I've been thinking about moving to Dallas too. So I'm hoping that everybody in Dallas welcomes me if I actually make that happen. I would love, 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 love for Dallas to welcome me. I love LA too, though. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. All right. Okay, great. And let me just go ahead really quickly and put the URL in for you to go in and get the tickets. When you go to staffingpreneursacademy.com and then you go to live events, it's right on the menu bar. And then you'll see Dallas and you will see LA. Let me put those things in there. I can't reserve a ticket, not when it's sold out, or not when we're on our last one. Sorry about that. So you have to go and get the ticket, right? I can't reserve just because people, I think we have 5 people to mention that they still wanted to go to the Dallas, but we literally only have one ticket left. Literally. So whoever buys that ticket first, that's who gets that last slot. And that'll be a big deal. Don't forget, once you buy your ticket, that you have to don't forget to schedule your one-on-one appointment with me so that we can prepare for your staffing, prepare for your presence at the event. All of the location information, hotel, stuff like that is in your course portal, which you'll get access to after you purchase your ticket. So keep that in mind. I love y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing day. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Like all my videos. And look, y'all got to watch my documentary. It's so dope. It'll really inspire you. If you have not, go to my YouTube channel and check out the individual Audacity documentary. It'll definitely inspire you. And it'll also give you the perspective of why I do the things that I do. So please check out the documentary. Also, I would encourage y'all to go and visit auditionaire.com and check out my new brand. You're going to see more videos and stuff like that coming out about that. So I'm excited. Nope, I'm not in Atlanta. I'm in LA right now. Just for the moment. I'm actually flying out today, but I am not in Atlanta right now. I haven't been in Atlanta in like 2 months. I miss my god baby terribly. I'm going through god baby withdrawals, and now he's walking, and I missed it, and my feelings are hurt, and I can't even talk about it. I'm so emotional about it. I really miss my god baby, so I definitely need to go to Atlanta soon, like soon. But I was just in Utah last week. And before that, I was in Indiana, and I was in Chicago, and I was in Maryland, and I'm in Vegas, and I'm in Orlando coming up, and then I'm in Dallas. So I'm literally on the road almost every week. And Atlanta, nobody's brought me to Atlanta. They ain't bringing me home. Isn't that crazy? I just put the link in the URL, and I just put it in the chat box. And it is, if you go to Staffingpreneurs and you do live events on the menu bar, you'll see all the live events that are there. And we have two, one for LA and one for Dallas. All right, I'm going to meet with my sales team because they're already logged in waiting for me. I've been trying to hang up. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great week. Bye.